Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Annika Fairwild. Welcome if you're new here. Today I'm finally filming a video that I've been looking forward to for a long time now, which is a what's in my bag. Now, my bag is actually not buckling at the moment. This is it. It's by Yoshi Litchfield. I don't recommend it though. I thought it was leather. It's like a fake leather pulp. It's not great quality. It's like falling apart, as you can see. Whatever. It is a crossbody bag. I almost exclusively use crossbody bags because they're just the most comfortable for me. I don't like carrying a handbag around on my arm. On the outside and the top here we have a Venus keychain that I got from Vinted and this octopus keychain, which I'm not actually quite sure where I got that anymore. On the side here is my empty AirPods case holder because I'm not sure where the case is. Oopsie. And 3 knotted charms that I've enchanted for various purposes that I'm gonna keep quiet about. Now, it's a mess in here. I'm not the most organised with bags, so let's go in the front first. First of all, a necessity for anyone, perfume oil, or just perfume in general. I tend to carry multiple perfumes on me because I always layer my scents. This is the Choco Musk perfume oil. I don't know if I recommend it because I like the smell. It adds like a certain sweetness to perfumes which don't have enough in my opinion, but it doesn't really last long, and apparently this one lasts longer than the perfume, so I don't know. It's nice though. I enchanted it for sweetness, gentleness, kindness, etc. Next I have a silver highlighter. I don't even know if this works anymore. Not much is coming out, so I'm going to say that's a no, and I should probably chuck that actually. I have 2 book tabs. I've had these book tabs for so long and I barely use them because I mostly read fiction, I would say, and they're not usually that helpful for fiction in my opinion, and I usually use them with non-fiction works because then there's something for you to go back to, like there's a piece of information that you're usually wanting to go back to see. So that's where these come in handy. I should probably start using them more because, I don't know, I'm a sucker for organisation. I love knowing where my things are, which you wouldn't think from the inside of this bag, but that's okay. Next I have, guess what, another perfume. This is in a holy water bottle that I got a while back. This one, if I remember correctly, let me just double check that. Yeah, that's Jazz Club by Margiela. I used to have a full bottle of this perfume, but then my partner bought it off me, so now the scent reminds me of them, which is really lovely, and I like to carry that around. Next, I have a pill case that I carry around. Used to be engraved with Lana Del Rey. It's Lana Del Rey official merch. I regret buying it because it's not great quality and the actual engraving has kind of rubbed off. That's unfortunate, but it's really good otherwise. It's great if I have any vitamins that I need to carry around for like an overnight stay. I used to put my antidepressants in this when I was still on them. Shout out Sertraline gang. I have 2 of my favourite earrings, which are just some star hoops, which I kind of want to put in now. Give me a moment. Guys, is this background bothering you? I'm looking at it in the camera and it's bothering me because it's just so blank. The thing is, I need shelves desperately. I live in a really small room at the moment and there's not enough storage space, and I've been begging for shelves to be put up, but they haven't been yet. But I don't know, I don't want to put things on the wall until I have a shelf because then I don't know the layout yet. What if it interferes with the shelf, you know? Comment suggestions for what I should decorate this wall with once my shelves are up. Lastly, in this small pocket I have a Go Northeast adult single, which by the way, that's cheeky. I always ask for an under 21s. I'm under 21. I can legally ask for an under 21. £2.50. That's almost double an under 21. Extortionate. Moving on to the big section. First off, I have my headphones. These aren't usually in my bag. They're usually on my ears because I have a really hard time going in public without headphones. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm fine when other people are around, but if I'm by myself, I will always have headphones on because I don't like strangers talking to me. But on the other hand, sometimes it turns out nice. Like the other day, there was a girl on the bus who just turned around and said that my outfit looked like I was a fairy, which was lovely. It was like 10 p.m. I had 2 huge bags. I was on my way back from my partner's house, drenched in sweat, and she still said that, and that was so kind. Shout out. I love you. Next up, we have my sunglasses case, which there are only 2 in here at the moment, but I I love sunglasses. The sunglasses and headphones combo, I will never shut up about. Changed the game for me. These are really cute, but people can still see my eyes through them, which is a bit annoying. But they also, you know, they kind of give like office siren, but like office fairy, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I also keep this pair of glasses in here, which are scratched to hell, but they're literally blue light. I don't need glasses. I'm a fake. They are purple and gold, and I use them when studying because it's kind of like a... I'm kind of conditioning myself to be able to focus when I put glasses on. It's really stupid, but I condition myself in a lot of ways to be able to focus because I have a bad brain. Like, it doesn't work. Trust me, I've got conditioning down. Plus also, I'm like a really easy person to condition for some reason. I found that out through trial and error, so it's just, it works for me. Next up, we have Dragon's Blood incense. I always have a random flavour of incense in my bag. I'll grab whatever I like from the incense pot over there. Insane that I learned this just the other day, but apparently Dragon's Blood incense most of the time isn't even real dragon's blood. It's not from the real tree. It's like an amalgamation of other leftover incense mixes. Whatever though, like, I don't care that much. I need to get some more incense though, because I'm running out. I've been using so much at the moment. I just love it. I love incense. I love watching the smoke rise. I've always been very connected to like air. I probably shouldn't admit this publicly, but when I was younger, like real young, like 6, 7, I used to fully be convinced that I could control the wind and how fast it blew. Maybe a sign of my budding interest in witchcraft. It probably was, to be honest. Until very recently, I'd been convinced that my interest in witchcraft started about like age 12 to 13. But no, actually. If I think back further, I was doing stuff like that, and I was doing spells to turn into a fairy, which obviously didn't work. But I was still doing them, and so, you know, I feel like I've always been kind of drawn to that. For a long time I didn't tell anyone in my life about that, because it's just like, it wasn't really their business, but I'm more comfortable with it now that I'm older. Another pair of sunglasses. Wow. Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. This is my favourite tarot deck. I have quite a few. I have like at least 4, but the issue with the rest of them is they are far too big for my hands. I don't even, like, I have quite small hands in general, but these are really great, and they're like perfect. I have another perfume. This is Lolita Lempicka, which I've been loving at the moment. Look how much of this I've gone through. I used maybe half of this, which would be about 25 milliliters in a month and a half, because this is so good. I do wish it lasted longer. Apparently now that it's been reformulated, it just doesn't really last. But oh, it smells so good. It's like a powdery iris, like licorice. I don't like licorice, but I love this perfume. It's like star anise. It's just like a soft, powdery, spicy perfume, and it smells like an enchanted forest, I swear to God. This is some polar bear oil that I got from my mum, and I enchanted it for cleansing. You know, a mint scent always has that like freshness to it. I've also enchanted my mouthwash for cleansing. It's really good, actually. You should try that. I also just love the cooling sensation that this has if you put it on your skin. I also have my wallet in here. Let me just double check I'm not showing you any card numbers. Alright, okay. Wallet. Lovely. In my wallet I have no money, first of all. I have a ticket to the Japanese folk art museum that I went to, which was great. I also have a bag full of pre-made sigils ready to charge and release. I also have a scratch card that I won £6 on that I haven't taken to the shops in 2 years, which I probably should because it'll expire soon, and I want my £6. I don't gamble myself, by the way. Would like to put that out there. I don't support gambling in any sense. I will never allow myself to buy a lottery card, a scratch card or anything. My mum got that one for me because I know myself too well. Like, I was addicted to Genshin Impact for a good few years, and I like spent like £200 on it, which isn't bad compared to a lot of other like whales, but it was bad for me. Thank God I'm out of that dark place. I was a Xiao main, in case anyone cares. I have in here a white ribbon. Not quite sure why. Maybe it's for my hair. Probably for my hair. That's why I usually have ribbon. But yeah. I have my current read. I stopped reading this for ages. I had this in my March media wrap-up. It's Against Nature by J.K. Huysmans. I haven't finished this. I haven't read any of it since I finished that video, actually. I've got distracted by a bunch of other books, which you'll see in my next video, which I'll be releasing in just a few days, actually. Look out for my April wrap-up towards the end of the month. I've been trying to finish this, so I've been carrying it around with me. Here is my passport. I don't usually carry this around with me, but I was going to a meeting where I needed to bring some additional form of ID, so this is there. I would show you my picture because I actually kind of ate it up, but I don't want to show you guys my passport details if I'm being real. I feel like that's probably not a great idea. This is a tiny on-the-go notebook that I have, and it's adorable and reflective. I always love these really fancy notebooks. I actually just used up one of them, which was my journal, and I need to get a new one. I originally put this in my bag because I once saw a TikTok of someone being like, if you want to be interesting to people, don't just like take their Instagrams, write down their contacts in a little notebook. It also gives them the option to give as much contact info as they are comfortable with. Safe to say, I don't actually go out or meet anyone ever. Like, I haven't met a new person in a long time. I started using it for just jotting down small, beautiful moments that I'm grateful for. We have a pyrite that I've enchanted to bring me abundance. I hope this starts working soon. But it's pretty. I've had this for a long time now. I don't even know where I got it. I have my lipstick. Don't ask me what brand this is. This is literally a random brand that I found on the internet that I've never heard of before. But it's this gorgeous dark berry shade, kind of. I put like maybe a dot on my lips and then I feather it out, like I pat it out. It just gives a gorgeous look. I actually might try it now. Watch this. This is a demonstration. Yeah, dot. See, it just brings a little life to my face. And I put more on if I want a more intense look. It's just very buildable. I have in here a sleeping Sylvanian family baby. I have quite a few Sylvanian families. I dug these out of my boxes filled with other Sylvanian family dollhouse trinkets. As a child, I really hated playing with anything humanoid, so I was big on Sylvanian families because they're just cute little animals. I think they call them calico critters in America, which is really strange. I have some rosemary essential oil. It's kind of gross because I peeled off the sticker but all the residue is still on it and I don't know how to get it off, but I really hate looking at ugly labels. I've mentioned this so many times on my channel, I just don't like looking at them. Here's my rationale for this. If I've already bought the product, why are you advertising the product to me still? And this is my plea, my public plea for companies to start making stickers which peel off without the residue staying there. It's so gross. This is another form of my study conditioning, actually. Before I study, I always tap this on my temples and my wrists for some mental clarity. And no, by the way, I don't believe in aromatherapy. I had to make a big point of this to my partner. I actually think aromatherapy is, for the most part, bullshit. It's just like scent memory. It's just utilizing scent memory. It's not that deep. I have this gorgeous little trinket box with some finches. Probably not. I'm so sorry to any bird watchers watching, but I just keep gum in there. Now we're getting to like the real shit at the bottom of the bag. I didn't shit in my bag. That's not what I meant. We have some rose quartz. This one is enchanted for beauty specifically, both to bring me beauty and to allow me to notice beauty in the world and to create beauty. I mentioned this on my story the other day, but I really desperately wanted to be a geologist when I was younger. Just because I loved crystals so much, so I'm getting back into crystals. I've always had them on my altar, but I'm just working with them a lot more at the moment. So, gorgeous. Follow me on Instagram, by the way. Here's my app. Here's my TikTok, where I make fashion content for the most part, but also other stuff. I have some W7 strawberry lip mask. This is straight up, I'm pretty sure, a dupe for the Laneige lip mask. Listen, one thing about me, for my own usage, I don't give a fuck if something's a dupe. But the same reason as why I don't like labels advertising to me pretty much is kind of the same reason why I don't care much about brands. Also ties into how I will never want to wear a logo on me, because why am I being patriotic for a brand I'm not even affiliated with? Like, ew. I don't even wear my university branded clothes. Like, I'm not gonna rep that. I'm not gonna be a walking billboard. Sorry, off topic. I like this. I have another one over here. I use them as just my lip balms. They're great. I also put them on after I put lipstick on. It's lovely. I have a Burt's Bees cuticle balm. This smells citrusy. I didn't take the label off this because I kind of like the illustration. The label thing does kind of depend on how ugly it is, but you can see I've been through this because I have really dry cuticles. A really niche problem to have. But I also always tear at my nails and my like skin, and it just helps with that. It's not a great habit of mine. I'm actually straight up not sure why this is in here. I think this might have fallen out of my wallet. This is a card from a dinner that I attended 2 years ago for my college, which was Midsummer Nights themed. I've straight up almost forgot that I went to that. I have lighters and a rolling paper, not for cigarettes. I have a little blue bracelet in here that I haven't seen in years, to be honest. I have a rubber as well. To go along with that, we have graphite fillings, 0.5 millimeters, and a pencil sharpener. Strangely enough, we have no pencils of the acoustic or mechanical kind in here. We have 2 of my AirPods, again without the case. I don't know where they are. I've been looking for these too. It's nice to know they were just chilling at the bottom of my bag. I have an earring hook with no earring on it, which is concerning. I have a bobble, always have one of those on me. Last 2 scraps of paper are a ticket for the Frida Kahlo Museum in Baden-Baden in Germany, where I was in February? Really great museum, to be honest. Frida Kahlo was half German, and her father, I think, was from Baden-Baden, which is a town in Germany, quite a rich town, like a very touristy town as well. And apparently that's why this museum is allowed to have recreations of her paintings, and there's even recreations of paintings that are like exclusive to that place outside of the originals, which I believe are still somewhere in Mexico. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Lastly is a Go Northeast ticket, and a real one, a 21 and under this time, thankfully. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when I upload. I love making videos, I love talking to people. Please comment if you have any thoughts on this as well, or if you want me to do any specific kinds of videos. Chances are I will probably do them if you ask me. I hope to see you next week with my April media wrap-up. I love doing my media wrap-ups, by the way. First of all, they're the only series on my channel, and probably my favorite one. Like, I know it's the only series, but it's my favorite series. I just love talking about everything that I've consumed, and I have some bangers this month that I want to talk about quite a lot. So stay tuned for that. It'll be great. Come join, and I hope to see you next week. I love you. Bye.